we're going to conquer the world. But we need to learn about copywriting first.
A few moments later.
Boom. What is copywriting? Copywriting is marketing. Copywriting is selling. Copywriting is make other people want to read your stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of definition about copywriting on the internet. There's many different ideas and many things that's really to confuse us, right? And maybe you probably new and you want to know about copywriting. You want to write a copy or want to be a copywriter? No, please no. And you want to start to understand copywriting and wants to make an income with copywriting, right? Because many people say copywriting is the golden skill, right? So today in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what is copywriting, and I'm also going to show you some of the exercise that you can use to practice your copywriting skill, as well as what you need to learn, what you need to do, and what you need to acquire to be master at copywriting as soon as possible. Hello guys, Robert Kim here, and today I'm going to talk about copywriting, right? And yeah, before we can actually dive into it, let me just quickly tell you the truth about copywriting, okay? No more story, no more this and that. Just let's go straight to the problem, okay? So, what is copywriting? Let me tell you this. Copywriting is selling. Now let me explain, okay? If you know about copywriting, you know the term of copywriting term, and you know about copywriting from Dan Lok, these people, Ben Jun, that people, you might notice that copywriting is used most of the time used for business, right? And let me just telling you this, a purpose when you're writing a copy is to write a marketing piece. And guess the purpose of a marketing piece? It's to selling, right? The purpose of marketing piece is to selling. And copywriter or copywriting is to write a marketing piece to sell this, that product, maybe somebody's product, or maybe your product, like this product, right? Like this product. So the first thing to understand that to really accept this truth is copywriting is selling, okay? Copywriting is not, engage with you or kind of stuff. The first is you have to accept, to understand this truth. Copywriting is selling, okay? So how do we understand copywriting and how do we really master copywriting? So, as I mentioned before, copywriting is selling. So why don't we learn copywriting through selling, right? Because everything is kind of sales. So the way you learn copywriting would most likely just like you learn how to sell. And when it's come to selling, there's many things, and there are many important things that you need to learn. But let me quickly share with you 6 basic sales sequence steps that every salesman on this world have to learn before he can actually selling something. So let me just quickly come back. So let me just quickly show it to you. So here is 6 sales sequence step, okay? And please, every business must know about this, okay? I don't know about your level and I don't know about your experience, your work ethic, but every business must know about this step. And yes, as you guys can see, so the first step is prospecting, the 2 is approach, the 3 is determine the needs, the 4 is product presentation, and the 5 and the 6 blah 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 blah, right? And yeah, this is how you learn copywriting. And you might asking me, wait a minute, I'm here to learn copywriting, and this guy is showing me how to sell. Please guys, let me tell you something, okay? Most copywriters out there don't know what they're doing, right? They are the people that think copywriting is just writing a copy. And that's the reason you don't have a copy that actually convert, right? Because you just want, to writing a better copy and want to get the money from the entrepreneur pocket. And that's why this copywriting is so hard to be success. And that's why, most entrepreneurs don't like copywriter, because they have ability, right? They produce result and that's not work. And then they take entrepreneur money. That's why most entrepreneurs just learn copywriting by themselves, like me. And to be honest with you, copywriting is not that hard. I'm not going to talk about this later, okay? So, I'm going to tell you this. You have to understand that, copywriting is selling. And by having a copy that actually convert, and yeah, of course, you have to learn about, all the tactic and this and that, make your copy look easier to scan. But basically, you have to understand the core, okay? As long as you can understand the core, the platform, tag pitch, doesn't matter. So let's go straight into the first step. Why that you need to prospecting, right? In selling, prospecting means you have to find the right people that have enough money, and you can understand the pain point, and then yeah, you can go ahead and prospect them and approach them. And the same with a copywriter or the marketer that's writing a copy or do marketing thing, right? The first thing that a marketer or a copywriter need to do is a copywriter need the ability to send the right message to the right people, right? And before he can actually do that, he need ability to identify the right people, right? Most copywriter I had mentioned before, they do not care about this. They just focus on writing better copy, which is not true. Okay, you need to find the right people to talk to first, and they have to qualify first, right? Let's say you want to sell something, but the people that you want to sell don't have money. How can you sell it to? So the first step is really, really important step. And in my YouTube channel, I have a video that talk about this sales sequence step. You can definitely go out and check. But right now, bear with me in this video, okay? So the first step of a marketer want to do is you have to understand your customer. Now, of course, this is what is the hardest step in business that most people just don't want to do. But maybe you are an entrepreneur and you're watching this video, I'm telling you that's the first step. You have to understand your ideal customer. You need to have a customer avatar before you can actually writing any shit. I really do nasty here, but that's the truth, okay? Before you can actually send the right message to the right people. Before you can actually, write something cool, you need ability to, just find the right people first, right? If you want to get someone number, maybe that's girl number, you need to know how she look like first, right? So the first thing is to understand your customer, right? So that's the first step, okay? Because at the end of the day, doesn't matter how your copy flow good or something. If you send it to the wrong people, nobody gonna care, okay? So that's the first step. And the second step is to approach. Now, this is when you have to find a way to send your message to your customer, right? Because I mentioned before, regardless that you have this good email, this good video, but if you cannot find a method to send it, right? People not gonna see it, right? It's kind of like you're good, but you don't tell other people how good you are. People not gonna care, and people not gonna know how good you are, okay? So the second thing of the marketer or the copywriter need to learn is a copywriter or marketer need to understand and find out a way, a method, a marketing method to send the message from here to here, okay? To send the right message to the right people. And in order to do that, you need a right platform to doing that, right? It could be Facebook, it could be email, it could be Instagram, but basically that is called a marketing method. A copywriter need to understand that, right? And yeah, I mentioned before, I just tired telling this. Most copywriter out there, just want to write better copy, and that's why entrepreneurs hate you. That's why they want to learn themselves, right? So that's the second step. And the first step is, wait a second, I gotta check again. Oh, excuse me, I just grabbed it. The first step is to determine the need. So what does it mean, right? Now, in order to sell something, and I mentioned before, there's so much thing to learn about selling. I'm not gonna tell you about this video, maybe I'll do it later. But when it's come to selling, there's so many things to learn, right? But one of the most, effective concept that you need to understand is, at the closer, at the selling person, at the salesperson, you need ability to diagnose and understand the customer pain points, right? That's all selling about, right? So, the first step, would be is you have to understand your customer pain point. And yeah, there's many different ideas, many different, strategy to doing this, different course, different this, different that. Most of them just bad, There's just a few people that's actually good, like Dan Lok and some book, right? Some book. So how can you determine the needs? I'm not going to tell you all the answer here, but I'm going to tell you that the best way to doing this is just put your fucking feet in your customer's shoes, right? And I call this process, I call this a process because there's so much thing to do, right? Because if you're doing like that, here what you can get, okay? Here what you can be able to do. If you can put your feet into your customer's shoes, right? This should. You would be able to understand what they say. You would be able to hear what they hear. You will be able to see what they see, and you will be able to understand what they think, right? I call that, just, lead, ear, eye, and brain, right? Because in selling and marketing game, wherever your customer go, you following them and put your message in front of them. That's how marketing, that's how marketing works. And in selling, you need ability to diagnose the problem that your customer have. And guess what? A copywriter needs to understand that, right? From qualify the customer to know the platform to send your message. Right now, you need to talk to each type of audience in a different language, right? Because let me tell you this, the way you talk to your girlfriend is different with the way you talk to your mother, right? And your customer might know you before, or they don't know you yet, and maybe they never want to know about you, right? They just hate you. So, that's it, determine the needs, which means you need to choose a right language to talk to your customer. And that is, the first step in the sales sequence. And the fourth step is product presentation. And okay. And this is the step that most marketer and copywriter out there, go crazy about, because, it's just easier than the last three steps. Most of the resources that I share on the internet and most of the courses that I, take, on online, shit, man, it's just about this step. It's just about product presentation, because it's easy, right? And because these people teach these people, and these people again teach these people. So the cycle is kind of, cycle, it's kind of go around for a long term. But I mentioned before, this is not the most important step of the sales sequence, right? Because this doesn't matter how much claim that you make, how good that you talk about yourself. People not gonna believe if you didn't, crash the right itch, right? If you didn't scratch the right itch, people not gonna listen. So most people go crazy about this. And yeah, this pretty important too, but I have to compare this step to the first step. I gonna say, the first step is this step for breakfast. Okay, yeah, that's why I'm saying that. And the 5 and the 6, right? This step, it requires more than you. It's kind of like the selling thing, and I don't want to overcomplicate you guys, but this is the step that I just want to save your time. Okay, you might want to go on the internet and learn this from download, right? Because he's doing really good on this step. Handling and close is kind of like need you to know some tactic and know some tip and trick and know to take control on the phone, right? When you're on the phone, there's something that you can learn from download that he do it better than me. So take your time and invest some money. I mean, it's only for $97 really cheap, compared to all the courses that I buy, because it's kind of like $10,000 or more. So so that's are the 6 sales basic sequence steps. I don't know did I say it right, but basically that are 6 basic steps that you need to know, if you want to sell something and want to be a good copywriter. Because I mentioned before, a copywriter is kind of like selling, right? Copywriting is selling. And it's not about jump on the phone and close the sale or selling one-on-one on the showroom. No, but right now you're selling blueprints, right? You would do everything to make people to read your copy and buy your stuff. That's it, okay? Just forget about all the definition on the internet. I know some are good, but notice that copywriting is selling blueprints. Basically, you would do everything to get people to buy your product, okay? It could be a copy or it could be a video, right? And please, there are plenty ways. It's not just about copy or doing a video. There are many ways to selling a stuff. But at the end of the day, you should asking yourself that who do you selling to, right? It's not about, how do I sell this? It's not about how do I sell this stuff? How do I buy this stuff? No, it's about who do you selling to? Okay, my mentor once told me that it doesn't matter what do you selling or how do you selling. It's about who do you selling to. Okay, so the takeaway from this video is to understand that a copywriter is not just writing copy, okay? A copywriter is the people that help the entrepreneur to produce results. Kind of like a closer. Your job to go to their business and then help them to market their product, right? And you cannot doing that if you just doing, one step is product presentation. If you just doing like that, that's the reason why most entrepreneurs hate you. You're charging them money and then you cannot produce any result. They say something like this: hey, Mr. Copywriter A, I don't think that your copy work. I think that's, kind of like audience wrong or something. So, I really sorry for that. But do you want me to fix them again? Do you want to hire me to fix them again? Oh my God. For me, most of copywriters out there just so bad. I mean, they don't know what they do, and the way they charging their price is ridiculous. I mean, that's just ridiculous. I don't know what they're based on to charging that price, right? Most copywriter out there is just really bad. They don't know what they do, and they just doing the first step. I mean, they only focus on product presentation, and that's why you become a bitch, right? That's why entrepreneurs don't like you. That's why most entrepreneurs just take the money and really just learn by themselves. And another reason I think that you should learn copywriting because because no one can sell your product and understand your product better than you, right? You are the one who care about your product the most, right? This a copywriter do not care about your product like you, trust me. They do not care, okay? And don't hate them because it's really hard to understand what you are doing, okay? So you are the one who sell your product like the best, right? You're the one who understand your product the best and care about your product the best. So you have to be the one that's selling your product, guys. And plus, because the copywriting thing is, mostly it just happen, in your daily. If you understand copywriting, you would understand that the way to learn copywriting is just, communicating well. You're speaking to your neighborhood, you're speaking with your neighborhood, you chat with other people. Communicating is the golden skill. And when it's, writing, making piece, copywriting is kind of like communicating in real life. I mean, okay, I know that it's kind of confused, but bear with me, okay? Just understand that copywriting is like selling, and selling is just, communicating well, okay? And that is so, so turn out copywriting is communicating, right? Okay, so this video is not stopped yet. I'm going to, share with you some of the exercise that can help you to learn copywriting right now. And I think this is the only exercise that you need to take because, I apply that and I, see it's really effective with me. For me personally, my record is 3 months. That's it. I learned copywriting in 3 months. And now I'm going to share with you guys some secrets to learn copywriting that's fast, that effective, and that's powerful. Just go back to the confused part that I just mentioned in just a couple minutes ago. So before we can actually dive into how can you exercise your copywriting skill like crazy with at least amount of time, but can be able to get out the most of the benefit. So let me tell you an example, okay? Here's the truth. Copywriting is nothing more than put a flow that's proven to convert into your head. Now let me explain, okay? Now, as I mentioned in a couple minutes ago, copywriting is selling and selling is communicating. So the way you learn copywriting, it just puts a flow into your head, right? The flow that you like, the flow that's proven to convert into your head. Now let me take you an example, okay? Let me just tell you a quick example. Now let me ask you this. Do you ever learn new language? Now I think we all learn at least one new language in our life, right? I mean the second language, right? And do you remember how you learn language? Guy, as a boy who migrated from Vietnam, and my English is not that good, right? You can hear my accent, it's not that good. And I cannot write correct grammar like other people. I mean, my writing is pretty bad. But as a boy who migrated from Vietnam and have to learn English from scratch, I mean, I have zero English in Vietnam. I'm going to share 4 basic steps how you can learn everything and how you can learn everything fast, okay? Not just about English. This is my real life experience. When I first come here, English barrier is the biggest obstacle that I have to overcome. So, it's really got me. I mean, back to that time, it's really got me. So, but At the end of the day, we're going to talk about 4 basic steps to learn new language, but you can utilize to learn copywriting, okay? So the first step is to listening, right? And the second step is to speaking. And the first step is to reading. And the fourth step is to writing. Now, based on human behavior and based on real life experience, this fourth step is a sequence, okay? You need to listen first, and then you're speaking, and then you're reading, and then you're writing. Now, let's dive into the first step, listening. Why do you have to listen when you're about to writing a copy? I know it's weird, but let me explain, of course, let me explain. So, when it's come to English, what is the first skill that you need to acquire first, right? Of course, listening, right? How the hell that you cannot understand all the people say? If you cannot listen, how can you survive, right? So the first thing is to listening. And when it's come to learn copywriting, what you want to do right now is you would go and swipe from all the good people, okay? Swipe from your favorite influencer, your mentor. Yeah, I do it a lot. I mean, there are hundreds of them, and that's why every day, okay? You might want to go to your mentor work, right? To your good people, watch their stuff, okay? Just grab and grabbing all of that good stuff. I mean, just take off them, okay? They are yours, okay? They are yours. Just take it, right? After that, what you're gonna do is just finding a winning one, right? A chosen one that you like the most. Maybe this email that you like, this video that you like, yeah, kind of like that. And so the first step is to choose the winning one from your mentor, your favorite influencer, your favorite post. It could be anything, okay? It's not just about email or video. It could be anything. It could be a quote, it could be a post, a long post, anything. I mean, from anything that you like, you can just go ahead and swipe and then choose the winning one, okay? So the first step is to just read them, okay? Just read them, just listen to them. If that's what a video, start to listen to them. Because let me just telling you this, okay? The truth is, regardless what do you want to do, okay? Somebody else out there, they already done that before you, and they are success, okay? Regardless what do you want to do, my friend, someone out there who already do that, my friend, and they are success. So you don't have to start everything from scratch, right? You don't have to reinvent the way to create fire. My mentor always say to me, my Benjun say to me this: success lives straight, and you don't have to start everything from scratch, right? So, my friend, the first step is to go and grab and choose the winning one, okay? So that's the first step, is to get you to, just gathering all the resource first. And the second step is to speaking, okay? Now, when it's come to this step, what you want to do is you want to practice, right? You want to start, just kind of familiar with the stuff, if it was a video, start to listen to them and just, say in their style, speak like them, talk like them, Benjun style, that look style. But basically, what you can do right now is just start to practice. And the purpose of this step is to get your brain to get familiar with the flow, okay? Is to get your brain to familiar with the stuff that you read, that you watch. And that's the purpose of the second step. And the first step is reading. And when it's come to this step, it means, you just start to really sit down and dissect that stuff. And the last step is just writing. This is when you learn and you practice, okay? And this just not practice, but right now you will start to put down what you think, put down your flow into a paper, and you would try to apply that flow, that formula in your daily, in your style. Now, and just quick disclaimer, okay, just quick mention is you don't have to include all the steps together, because depending which skill that you want to acquire, this step could be longer, could be shorter. You can get rid this a couple of things like the first step or the fourth step, right? But basically, let me take your example. Right now, if I want to learn how to write good email, let's say, right, I want to be an email killer, let's say. So what I'm gonna do is I would go and find the whole bunch of email that's already convert, that's already killer like crazy, that's already selling like crazy, right? I'm going to my mentor, my mentor stuff, and I gonna swipe all of his work, okay? Every email that he owns, I take off them. Every video that he got, I take off them. I gonna save on my save. And notice that only choose the good one, guys. You don't want to save anybody's stuff, because most people don't really have good one. So the first step is the gathering all the good information, okay? And I have the video to talk about this. Go to my YouTube channel and searching for this. So the first step is gathering all the good information and choosing the winning one, okay? Choosing the winning one and get that and start to dissect that stuff, right? After, let's say I have a favorite email from Dan Luke. Right now I'm going to dissect it. I'm going to see how he say it, how he write, the way he write, how his flow look like, kind of like that. I'm going to start to read out loud his email to see how this guy is saying it. I'm going to dissect. I'm going to see how he used the word. I'm going to do everything to understand how this guy is saying this. The last step is I would take a paper and I'm gonna grab a pen. And guess what? I'm going to handwriting. Yeah, you heard me right. I'm going to handwriting his copy. I'm going to just repeat, just copy and paste, right? I'm gonna do that until I can finally, kind of like implement his flow. This is, you have to experience your own. I cannot tell. I would do that until I can finally understand. Oh, thì ra là vậy. Yeah. I would do that until I can finally apply this flow into my head. And guess what? The next step, turn out that's not the last step. The last step is I going to put down what I'm thinking into the paper, right? And you might wondering me, so that what's the difference? So I gonna practice twice or something, I gonna practice in speaking section, and now I have to practice again, because guys, put down the flow in your head is much difficult than you can think, okay? Than you can imagine, right? So the last step is to put down the flow that you just learned from him down into the paper. But now you put your stuff in there, okay? Kind of like this, right? So now I'm gonna take an example about TED Talk, okay? I'm gonna take an example about video. There was a video that's a real life from TED Talk. It's called The Skill of Humor. You can go on the internet and watch that. So, that was the part like this. 6 years ago, I was sitting out with some of my friends in somewhere, and then I got a notification on my phone, and I got surprised because there was a text message from my grandmother, and I got surprised because my grandmother at that time was 76 years old, and blah 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 blah, right? So so now I apply what I just showed you guys, basically just copying him. So 2 years ago, I was sitting out with some of my friends in Michigan, let's say, and then I got a notification on my phone from my grandmother, right? For my mother, let's say. And I surprised because my mother at the time was 100 years old, 100 years old, and and I gotta tell you, the first text message was adorable. You see how it works, right? So basically, just go and grab and then twist it and then learn it and then twist it and then use it. Okay, that's confused. I gotta do it again. So basically, it's all come down to these few steps. Okay, it's about go and rather and grab the chosen one and take it, dissect it, learn it, model it, copy it, remember it, and then practice to put down those strategy, those formula into a paper, or just saying in form of video like that, right? The last step is trying to apply his flow into your reality. So that is how you learn everything fast and learn everything with cheap price and really fast. I mean, I learned copywriting within 3 months. Within 3 months. You can beat that record, right? So that is how you can learn everything that's fast, and that is how you can learn copywriting that's effective and cheap and fast. Okay, I repeat myself, but guys, now can we slow down, right? I cover a lot of things in this video, and notice, guys, you cannot learn everything with just one single video. That's just impossible. You need something else. So slow down, don't overcomplicating, okay? This video, all I can do is just helping you guys to help some basic concept and some basic foundation to start to learn copywriting, right? We gone through a lot. This video alone may cost $997,000. So you want to slow down and kind of learn more as you go, right? Don't try to do everything within a day, guys. I've been there before, right? I want to do everything well, and I want to do by myself. I want to do it fast because I want to prove to everybody around me that I'm doing good stuff. But guys, let me just tell them this: the other people is not important as you, right? It doesn't matter if other people talk shit about you, because a lot of people talk shit about me. They don't think that I can do this with this accent. They don't think that I can actually being a coach and you shooting a YouTube video like this. Other people not gonna trust you, okay? Other people not gonna trust you. You are the one who design your destiny. Okay, you are writing your own destiny. Okay, nobody else can do that. So what I want to say is slow down, okay, and learn as you go. And let me just telling you this, regardless what do you want to do, you have to learn from the right person, guy, and you have to learn it right before you can make any impact. And let me just say that in order to make any impact or make any money, you need to learn first, okay? You really need to learn first, and you need to learn it right at the beginning first, because it doesn't matter what claim that you make, what lie you make in yourself. If you learn wrong, you're gonna do wrong, okay? So just know that learning is painful, but that doesn't mean we stop learning, okay? So this is Robert Kim, and if you guys like my content and want me to do more of this video in the future, make sure to just subscribe my channel. And yeah, I gonna telling this, every single video I would include, maybe, okay, not everyone, but maybe some video I would include a copy in the description below. So if you want to know how a good copy really flow and how a good copy look like, right, you can check the description below, and you can join my email list to receive my email every day, to see maybe just 3 days a week, to see how an email marketing look like. So yeah, so join my email list, right? And don't sub and guy if if you want to see how an email and guy if you want to see how a copywriting look like, and guy if you want to see how an email writing what the fuck, and guy if you want to see and guy if you want to see how and guy if you want to see how an